ready to go.
And Rage, the bright red buggy for SDC. It's their D team is driven by Elizabeth Talbot. It's Hugo Zhang up hill 1, and they are off. And it looks like they're pretty much neck and neck, as Rage is a pretty fast buggy, as is Pandora. And with a new team like SIG FB, you've got to wonder whether or not, as an organization, even though they may have historically posted slower times, they might be able to pick up a lot of time, and despite probably going into the heat as the non-favorite, might become it, as they've gone into the free roll about 2 seconds ahead of SDC's D team.
And pretty strong B up front hills. SIG F looked pretty strong, crossing the 1-2 transition at about 19 seconds, but that's not a hill 1 time. That's pretty much the transition, looking pretty good.
Yep, and Eric Lawson did give it a nice shove off into the free roll, as it is now rolling about 200 feet ahead of the SDC buggy Rage.
There is a big distance there. I don't think SDC is going to be able to catch him with that D team buggy.
Nope. And I believe Rage was kind of brought out into the forefront right around 2000. And we get a stop sign time of about 57, 56 seconds.
Very nice.
For SIG Ep be a big up-and-coming team. They're only racing 2 men's buggies this year.
Right, SIG Ep approaching the chute flag, passing the hay bale, and taking the flag now. Nice smooth turn in, a little slow, but very smooth. SDC also taking the chute flag, a little tighter turn, also through cleanly. Catching up on the rollout in the short chute, passing the potato chip, the hill 3 pushers picking up.
And it looked like
it's going to be a drag race up the back hills.
And it looked like the hill 3 pusher for SIG Ep came very close to the front of Rage as he was coming to pick up the buggy. So we'll be kind of neck and neck going up the backside. We'll come down to just kind of depth of roster, depth of speed.
Yeah, and these guys are pumped. Looking at each other like that really gets you moving.
Yep, and especially going side by side kind of helps you with the pacing. But it looks like SIG Ep and their hill 4 pusher is starting to come up with a little bit more of a lead. Just have to be careful when the buggies are that close that when you're done pushing, you come off to the side where the other buggy isn't, because it's where you really start running the risk of getting run over. And they make their transition to hill 5 at a time of about 2:04. So with a strong 20-second hill 5 time, it looks like we're looking at about 2 sub 2:30 times, maybe 2:25 times.
And SIG F's pulling away a little more here too. Their hill 5 is really pulling away from SDCD.
And coming up in the finish line, it looks like we're going to see a time for SIG Ep of 2:22, which is a great performance for a B team. And for SDC's D team, they get across at a time of about 2:26. Again, very strong performance for hill for D teams and B teams.